Good afternoon. Thank you for stopping by Healing Conversations with Z. I'm Zuri BB, and I was gonna come on and do some cards, which I will, but I just watched a video from Anna. So your what's it called? Soul's Journey with Anna, and I'm in her group of energy transformations, and we talk about a lot of things. But the name of the video she wrote, I have my notes right here on this table. It's from the Are You Perceiving Your Journey as a Struggle? And it's really interesting because I had been, it's been a lot, I'm remembering a lot of things as a kid, a lot of things that I did as a kid. I know for myself, I would sing, or I would rock, or I would tell stories to myself, and usually that happened after something negative happened. Like, say for instance, I got beaten. Once I got away from wherever I was punished, usually was in my bedroom, I would rock, or I would make up a story, or I would sing a song, and not knowing that I was changing the frequency of what had just happened. And so I kind of, this, her video, I'm at Divine Masculine, that's the dog barking again, I'm sorry. Um, I saw this video because Anna had asked a question about, were you perceiving your journey as a struggle? And I actually, if I'm not mistaken, I wrote down in the group, I'm not sure, I'm still working it out. Whereas most people say, well, I'm this, or I'm this, and I'm this. I said, I'm not sure. So she made this video, and maybe this is my ego talking. Maybe she made this video because of the way I responded. I don't know. I'm just talking, but I'm being, I'm being truthful, but I'm laughing about it because it could just be, like I said, it could just be my ego. She made this video, and she went through everything in the video, and I related to it. I I understood it because there were stories in my head, in my life, that things I've experienced, and I've made stories to them. Now, whether or not the stories were negative or positive, um, they were both. And I can honestly say, when I was in my 3D job, and a customer would come in there trying to act, you know, any kind of way, and in real 3D, excuse me, I don't I don't play that. You're not talking to me any kind of way. I'm like that here on and YouTube as well. But in 3D, they know you come talking to me any kind of way, that's not going to happen. Now, I'm not going to cuss you out. I've never gotten to that point, but I know how to word what I need to say and make it clear that whatever you thought you was doing, I ain't the one. I've always been that way. So I'm thinking this is where this has begun. There's something here that I'm relating to. Incidences that have happened to me in my lifetime, I'll go back and I'll recreate the situation. And I'd recreate it that way so that I could see what it is. A lot of times I would recreate it that same way, and then I would say what I really needed to say. Now, whether or not I was doing it the right way, that's where I need to go back and work on, because you're supposed to go back and recreate the situation. You're supposed to do that, but I think I was just making it worse. I really do, because I was giving it to him. I was going in, but as I've come to become more knowledgeable, I'm not doing that as much anymore. I'm trying not to anyway. But let me read what I wrote down. Um, I'm beginning to understand how my thoughts and stories affect my reality. Why did I make up these stories? Where did this come from? Did I do this to make myself feel better? A lot of the times I did, especially when I would be have been beaten by my mother. My father did. I got a spanking from my father twice. One time because I busted in the room and they were having an intimate moment and I didn't know that, and I got a spanking for that. I think I was about 5 or 6. And I think the other time my father spanked me was because I took some pennies out of his penny jar. I was stealing, and I got a spanking for that. Anyway, my mother, she just beat me because she didn't want to hear what I had to say, or I got on. That's whole nother. Let me get out of that. Um, where did this come from? Did I do this to make myself feel better? As a child, I remember telling stories to myself after something happened. And like I said, I do it as an adult too. I do. It was usually something negative. Those stories usually had me saying things back. Reptilian brain. I couldn't think of that word yesterday when I was doing the reading. Reptilian brain. Where somebody say something to you and I was right back at them. I am a fire sign. I am a Sagittarius. And I'm a Gemini North Node. So who knows which side of this Sagittarius? Never mind. Let me get in. Let me keep going. Those stories usually had me saying things back or differently than what happened in 3D. I think when I was doing it the different way in 3D, I was probably doing it the better way. Could this be me creating and changing the frequency and not even knowing it? This is what I've come into the realization of. Like I've said, on this journey, I've been doing a lot of things not knowing the technical words for them. So I've been doing everything. No, I can't say I was doing it correctly. Let me back up on that. But I had the tools to do it. It's just that I didn't know how to use them. So I think where I am at this point in my journey, I have the tools. I have the manual now on how to use the tools. And so I think at this point of the journey for myself, with me having these tools, they are allowing me to re-navigate inner child and recreate some things and change it. Because in the beginning, I didn't understand how they were saying, well, you can go back and recreate this and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, But now I do understand because I was already doing it. I just didn't know it. I just didn't understand it. So, thank you, Anna. Soul's Journey with Anna. Thank you so much, Anna. That was a good trigger. I really, 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 really appreciate that. Now that I know that I have more tools, because most people don't, when I was in the classroom, I don't think I'm going to go back to the classroom after, because I already know what that's about. That's programming. But I remember telling the students that this is your toolbox. And the information that you receive, you store it in your toolbox so that when something comes about, you can go into your toolbox and pull it out and apply it. And apparently, as a child, I was already storing things in my toolbox as a child, but I didn't have the directions for them. I didn't have the maturity to understand what they were for. So now that I'm understanding these concepts, I already have the tools in my head. I just didn't have the directions. And so now I have access to the directions. So now that I can actually use them for myself. Now, me saying that, hopefully, as I continue on this channel, I'll be able to continue to apply, do my own inner work. Because like they say, you never are done with your inner work. You're never done. This journey is never finished. However, because I've been on a lot of I can admit this, I'm probably and if I'm not, somebody will correct me. I'm probably the oldest person in the community. I know I don't look it. Thank you very much. And that's not me being vain. It just is what it is. Um, However, I'm willing to talk about my instances as they come up, as I see things, because some of the things were very personal, and I'm just not going to talk about that. Especially if it's concerning my DM and I talk about certain things on there, but the really personal stuff, because we've been through personal stuff. I'm not going to really discuss it on the channel. However, I can talk about the experiences that I've had on my journey just in life, with me being beaten as a kid, me dealing with other things. I'll bring it up in the channel, but personal stuff with DM, no, that's not gonna happen. But anyway, I want to thank you for stopping by Healing Conversations with Z. I'm Zuri BB, and I'll be back. I'm gonna actually do I'm gonna pull some cards out. I liked how it went yesterday. I really do. That was really, really amazing how that reading turned out. And so I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to keep the do not disturb button on my phone so that I can't be disturbed, because I've noticed that I've lost a lot of pertinent information that could have helped others on my channel by not having the do not disturb. Because people interrupt you, or the phone interrupts you, and that is what is that? Five of Wands, Five of Swords, disturbance. Okay, I will be back. You all take care. Peace.